And port nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control.
Hey guys, I have the list. High security, top clearance, extremely sensitive information here to share with you. I have the list of the top 10 stolen cars by the National Insurance Crime Bureau for the year 2023, and shocker, there are no EVs on this list. My name is Don, you're watching The Bitter Car Guy. Let's talk about it. So I don't know how legitimate this organization is, the National Insurance Crime Bureau, but they've put out this list for 2023 that has the top 10, according to them, stolen cars for the year 2023. And right off the bat, there are a number of different things that jump out of this list. And the first one being there are no EVs on the list. But before we get into this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and do me a favor. There are 10 cars on this list that are the top 10 stolen cars in the US. Go ahead right now and put your entry into the comments down below, and I may send you a t-shirt. I may reach out to you and send you a t-shirt if you guess one of the cars that are on this list, or maybe surprise me with a car that you think that should be on the list but isn't. Who knows, you may get a free t-shirt with the word Bitter Car Guy across the top. But anyway, there are a few things that jump out at me on this list. First, with the EVs. I'm not surprised that there are no EVs on this list for a number of reasons. I'll kind of say 3 reasons. Number 1, there aren't that many EVs on the road. Last year, I think we had about 1 million electric vehicles sold in the US, sold and registered. So compared to all of the other hybrids and gasoline cars or stuff, that's less than 10% of all of the cars that we've sold and registered in the US. The second thing is, EVs are not that easy to refuel. So if you steal a car and you're going somewhere, the reason you would steal a car is to do some activity, right? You may want to go joyriding or whatever. You're going to have to take this EV to a refueling station or supercharger, and then you're going to have to sit there for 30 to 45 minutes to get it up to a certain charge before you can do whatever you want to do. Someone stealing a car doesn't have the time nor the patience for that. The third reason why I think people don't steal EVs is because it's new technology. It's unfamiliar to the typical person that would be out filching and stealing cars. So they don't want to have to deal with all of the peculiarities of the electric vehicle. They want something that has a familiar interface, has a shift lever, and an electric vehicle tend to not have a lot of this stuff that you would find in a typical car. Now, the other thing I wanted to do before we get into the list of the top 10 stolen vehicles here in the US, according to this National Insurance Crime Bureau list. There are a few things that also jump out at me on the list that I wanted to cover. So number 1, no EVs. We talked about the 3 reasons why I think there are no EVs on the list. The second surprise that jumped out at me is there are no major luxury cars on the list. There's nothing from Porsche, Mercedes, BMW, even Genesis, Lexus. There's nothing from those manufacturers on the list. And then surprise number 3, I would have expected a lot more domestic passenger cars on the list, and there are none. I would have expected to see Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers, Chargers, those kind of cars that are used in, typically, I don't want to stereotype, but you see them at the takeovers and road racing. They've set the expectation of being the hot cars. There are none of those cars on this list. So that was a shocker to me as well. Now, what was most surprising to me about this list is the number of cars from the Korean manufacturers Hyundai or Hyundai and Kia. They make up 50% of this list. All right, so number 10 on this list, not surprising, from Hyundai Kia, it is the Kia Sportage. I hope that's how you pronounce the name. It's a small SUV. I still don't know why these cars are so easy to steal, but over the summer of 2023, there was a there was a phrase coined for these kids that would be stealing the cars. Is the Kia boys, I think they were called, and all they would be targeting is these Kia cars as well as these Hyundai cars, and the Kia Sportage was one of those cars that they would steal a lot. So number 10 on the list, the Kia Sportage. Number 9 on the list is a little surprising to me. It's one of the most popular, or probably the most popular cars in the US. It's the Ford F-150 series of pickup trucks. Now, they don't give you the dimensions of the cars being stolen, whether it's the crew cab or just the passenger type, F-150, whatever. They just group them all together. But number 9 is the Ford F-150 series of pickup trucks. Number 8, again, we're going back to Kia. And this one is a small passenger car. It's called the Kia Forte. I think that's a 2-door car, and I rarely see them on the road, which is why I was surprised to see them on the list. But I think the problem that is inherent throughout the Kia/Hyundai range is how easy these cars are to get into and to steal. So number 8 on the list is the Kia Forte. Coming in at number 7 is a car that's been on these lists for as long as I can remember, and it is the Honda Civic. Again, I don't know whether it's like the 2-door Sport, the SI, the Type R, because they've got these different trim levels. But number 7, the Honda Civic. Number 6 on the list is another car from Honda, and it is the venerable Honda Accord. And this car has also been on the list for a very long time, but in the past it used to be in the top 5. Now it is occupying space number 6. So the 2 Honda products are 5 and 6 on the list. Coming in at number 5, again from Kia, making its grand entrance is the Kia Soul. This is a small boxy SUV, very quirky styling. Again, probably has the same issues where it's very easy to get in and steal, very easy to get around the security features of this car/truck. And yeah, so number 5, the Kia Soul. So coming in at number 4 is another American product, and again, this is a work truck. It's the Chevy Silverado 1500, and I think the reason why that truck and the Ford F-150, which is at number 9, get stolen is because they're used in the construction trade, as well as trades generally. And people who work in the trade, sometimes they leave their trucks idling and running, and these trucks are very expensive. I was shocked at how much one of these pickup trucks made in America can cost. So coming in at number 3 is another car from the Kia/Hyundai universe, and it's the Kia Optima. I'm surprised they make this. Do they still make this thing, or I thought it's been replaced with the K5 or some other model? But again, another Kia product, this time at number 3, the Kia Optima is the 4-door sedan, very small, mid-size type car, and again, probably has the same security vulnerabilities of the Kia Sportage, the Kia Forte, the Kia Soul, which have already made the list. The Sportage was at number 10, the Forte was at number 8, and the Soul was at number 5, and coming in at number 3, the Kia Optima. So now we're up to the top 2, and remember I said Kia/Hyundai? Well, the top 2 spots are occupied by the Hyundai. You guys might say Hyundai, I say either way, but Hyundai. So coming in at number 2 is the Hyundai Sonata, which is the Hyundai version of the Kia Optima, I think. It's a 4-door, mid-sized, small sedan, and again probably has the same security vulnerabilities of all the other Kia products that I called out down below. So I already kind of gave you a hint as to what the manufacturer of the top car stolen in the US is. I already said it's Hyundai, but can you guess the model? Put your answer down in the comments down below, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna jump to number 1. So the number 1 most stolen car on this top 10 list from the National Insurance Crime Bureau for the year 2023 is, drum roll, the Hyundai Elantra. Now, this is another four-door mid-size sedan. Why does Hyundai have two four-door mid-size sedans in their lineup? I don't know, but again, yes, it is another Hyundai/Kia product with probably the same security vulnerabilities that make it a lot easier for anyone to kind of get into the car, get it started, and to drive off with it. But again, guys, on this list, there are no EVs for a number of reasons. There are no luxury cars from the big three, the Mercedes, the BMWs, and the Toyotas of the world, the Toyota/Lexus brand. There are none of our usual suspects. There's no Infinitis, there are no Camaros, Mustangs, Challengers, and Chargers on the list. But we have a solid list here of cars that are stolen, that were the top 10 stolen in the year 2023. And again, my name is Don. You were watching The Bitter Car Guy. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.